Yeah. So this goes back to something I said earlier, but I didn't really think much about him through the first 4 or 5 seasons. But Beric Dondarrion, that dude is a badass. 1, 2. I feel like he's asking all the same questions I would be asking. Why do I keep coming back to life? This is ridiculous. I'm obviously here for a reason, but I have no idea. I have no guiding light or sense. And I think to have a beer with him would unveil quite a bit about this world that we live in, or fake live in.
Yeah, and you could really peel back the onion on that. Yeah, the Lord of Light religion and what it means and what the followers believe in. Because for us as viewers of the show, it's still rather ambiguous.
Yeah, I've just started relating to him a lot more because of the question marks that are in the air and about one the Lord of Light, and 2 the White Walkers in general, which those both seem like opposite forces now. So who's part of that brigade, if you will? What does he stand for? And he's always been kind of a nomad, and I've always kind of related with that particularly. So, Beric.
John.
Ooh, man, that's a tough question. And I even had a few minutes to think about it.
I can go next while you think for a second, because I've got one.
Yeah, go for it.
So I would go with... I thought about this for a while, too, but I think I would go with Tyrion. I think, he would be just an awesome drinking buddy. I think you could really get just hammered and have a good time. And, he's going to have the best booze around, and that'd be a good time. So I'm thinking season 3 Tyrion. You know what I mean? The King's Hand Tyrion, if you will. The Hand of the King. But I think the reason I would choose Tyrion, though, is that he's so intellectual and has such a good understanding of the politics of King's Landing and Westeros in general. He's also maybe the realist character on the show, the person who's going to tell it like it is more than most people. He's not afraid to not sugarcoat something. He's going to come right out and say yeah, this person sucks because of this, and really break down the reasons why. And I also just feel like I'd get along with him. I feel like he'd like me.
Yeah, he just seems like a cool dude for sure. I think too, to your point, he's so diplomatic. He doesn't, and he's mentioned multiple times, there's too much killing in this world for his liking, right? But I think that makes him a really likable person. Plus, he's the god of tits of wine or something like that. So that's cool.
Exactly. That'd be pretty cool. All right, John.
All right, I figured it out. I would want to have a beer with Lord Varys.
Ooh, damn, the Lord of Whispers.
Yeah,
that's fair.
King of Shadows.
Yeah.
He might know some things.
Yeah, he knows some things, but not even because of what he knows. I just think he probably has a really cool backstory. And I mean, he does, because one, he knows Illyrio Morpatis, who is the one he sent Daenerys and Viserys to at the very beginning of the series. Well, I guess before it all started. And kind of what we know is that the way he got into what he's doing is that he became a master thief, and then realized that it's more valuable to trade information than it is to trade physical things. So that's when he started to create his network of spies. And
assuming that in this conversation that you have with Varys, he'd be totally open with you. We'll assume that's on the table.
We're assuming that's on the table.
So you could know his network of spies and what they know. I mean, imagine the things that we don't know.
And learning a little bit more about the story of how he became a eunuch. Because what we know is that a magician took his testicles,
burned them in front of him.
Yeah, he burned them, and it's
ouch.
But why? What kind of spell was this guy trying to do, and how did you agree to it? Or I feel as if that's not something you probably agree to.
Kind of just picture him and Theon sitting down and having a beer and kind of looking at each other and being
I get it,
right?
Yeah,
no fun. Yeah, goddamn,
cool. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to our bonus episode, our reaction episode to Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 1. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss our reaction episode to Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 2, which will come out next Tuesday. I think we're trying to get together Monday to record, so it should be ready and ready to listen to Tuesday morning. We thank you guys, and as always, make sure you subscribe. If you want to reach out to us, again, that's Geeks, that's GEEKS at HOTYB.co. Drop us a theory, and we'll dissect it here on the air Vahar Dolores. What is it? I never get that right. What is it?
You're getting closer.
What, do you
I don't know what it is, but
I don't
you're getting
know how to say
closer.
it. Like, yeah, Vahar Dolores. Also, if you guys have a beer selection that you want us to drink here on the show, we're happy to do that too.
Or you could send beer to us.
Yeah, just send us beer. That'd be great. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Guys, any final thoughts?
Not really. I'm just super excited that we're back. My life has new meaning now that Game of Thrones is back.
Yeah.
Can every day be Sunday? Like, seriously,
that's true.
my days at work are like, Game of Thrones lunches, Game of Thrones articles about what we learned, etc.
And shout out to our coworkers. We are doing other work too. It's just in the background
On occasion.
and doing a little bit of research. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe. Drop us a line. Goodbye.
Bye.